Welcome back to the Stoop football fans. It's your boy Lolo, and I'm here on another Friday night coming to y'all straight from the basement. We've got Premier League action. We had Premier League action midweek, and we have more starting tomorrow morning. But we also today had some championship action going on with second place. Yes, you heard that correctly. Second place Leeds United finding a way to win today against Bristol City, even though they should have won probably 4-0. They eked out a 1-0 victory. But big up Leeds United. Let's get it going. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm still off the beer, so just having a little whiskey there. So cheers to y'all. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope your team loses tomorrow, unless you're Wolves, Arsenal, Leeds United get to relax for the rest of the weekend. Cheers. Happy Friday, everybody. All right, let's get to some of these comments. People who have been in the house for a while. Anders, of course, very good to see you, Anders. Jimmy Bremer's Ghost, very nice to have you back this week. Jason Lelas, hi, everyone, missed y'all, and he said, all Leeds United supporters happy tonight, chipping away at the points difference. Yes, they are. Only 9 points behind the uncatchable Leicester City, who's up in first place, even though there's a game in hand on you. And the two teams below you guys, look out. Southampton and Ipswich got 2 games in hand on y'all. So you can't stop winning, But Leeds United unbeaten in 2024. Yes, they are one of the only teams unbeaten in 2024. And only 1 draw. And that was in the cup. But very, very good job, Leeds United, so far. Mr. Tom saying Leeds, of course. Jimmy, 33 months a member. Slancha, my friend. Slancha indeed. And just about every Friday night, he's joining us. Pincushion, very good to see you as well. John Lofgarside, yes. Evening all, MOT. So we are Friday night. We are talking transfer window for the Premier League. Transfer window is closed. If you didn't realize, your team didn't sign anybody, probably. I think there was only a handful of signings, way more people shipping out for most clubs. Most notable transfer that many of the people on the stream will be at least keeping note of was Calvin Phillips going to West Ham United, and he got a start yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, and was probably culpable. He had an assist on a goal. It was just for Bournemouth and not for his club. Not the best first performance, but give him some time. I think Calvin Phillips is actually a very good pickup for West Ham. And Jimmy says KP had a shocker. Yes, he did. But how do you guys feel, especially all you Leeds United fans, seeing Calvin Phillips wasting away on the bench is it's just a tragedy to see over at Manchester City. So it was very good to see him move on to a team that he'll get to play a lot with. So what do you guys think? Rice will have been scoffing. Scooby says forgot all about it. What with the game in that? Good to see you, man. So yeah, what do you guys think about Calvin Phillips going over to West Ham? Is it a good move? Is it a bad move? But for me, I'm a Calvin Phillips fan, so I want to see him do well, and I just don't want to see him do well against Arsenal. So maybe let's have him struggle for a few more weeks, and then he can start doing better. But yeah, David, I'm right there with you. Main blame on Zuma. He kicks a cat better than a ball. Absolutely. Look, Calvin Phillips was doing his best to get a foot on the ball, and he did get a foot on the ball. That just happened to lead Solanke, who's standing in a stupid position, first of all, way offside to do anything. He's just standing there, and he gets lucky. And that was his only shot on goal. His only shot on goal was just a mess up that probably should have been offside. But Calvin Phillips actually hustled and got his toe to the ball. So it's tough, but I blame Zuma a lot more for that one. Scooby says, God, he needs to play. I read that as God, he needs to play. But no, I just can't read. So Aussie Gooner, the Phillips situation is a big red flag for young players who have potential and are approached by City. Yeah, you gotta know. You gotta know going into City, you don't walk into the first team. It just doesn't happen. Surprising that it did happen for what's his name? I am blanking because all I can think of is Kudus because I feel like there's similar players. Doku. Surprised he's getting as much playing as he is, but he's a quality player. Bremer says Betts KP is back at Leeds in a few seasons. Absolutely. And Holland too. You're right. I mean, yeah, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Some strikers only need to be in the game for a few minutes to make the difference. Yeah, I guess you're talking about Solanke on that, but yeah, I was mad at Solanke because I had a bet with him getting 2 shots on target, and that's what I missed by. So yeah, anyway, yeah, and yeah, so let's move on. Let's start talking about the transfer window, how crappy it was, and all that by bringing in my lovely co-host who had a rough one yesterday. But let's bring him on, Mr. Mark, everybody.
It was rough. It was rough. It was so rough. I don't know how to feel about it. Was it a good kind of rough? Was it a bad kind of rough? You know, I'm not really sure. I'm about as unsure of that game as I was about Calvin Phillips' performance because given the opportunity to start, I thought maybe against Bournemouth that Calvin would have a good game to go, God damn, it's good to see him back on the pitch. And I was excited. And no. He was off by halftime. I think it's going to be a long while before we see him back in the starting lineup.
Well, it was a bit of trying to do too much, right? It was him trying to show that he was a big signing, to show that he could make a big splash, to show that he could fix things.
Sure, but he's not a big signing. He's on loan, isn't he? He's on loan, which doesn't make it a big signing.
It doesn't matter.
I know there's
there's
an option to buy, but I don't think it's like it's a mandatory obligation to buy or anything like that. And you know what I always thought that Calvin Phillips did so well with Leeds was moving forward. They did not have Calvin Phillips moving forward for West Ham. He was playing way in the back, playing defense, which I don't think is something that he excels at. But what do I know?
Yeah, but that's another thing. If he's trying to do too much, he's trying to cover too much ground and putting himself in the wrong position is what was happening.
Right.
So
I'm going to put that on Moyes and just not using him right because he doesn't know what he has in that brand new toy.
Well, so. Mark, I'll let you know how you should feel about yesterday's match. Manchester United won against Wolves 4-3 in a match that probably should have been 4-0 at halftime because you guys were awful in the first half.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about, oh, Man United, we look so good. We look so good in the first half. And I'm like, no, Wolves weren't on it. Then Wolves showed up and they won the second half 3-2. But there's something you should feel happy and completely bummed out about that match at the same time. You should be happy that your team fought and scored 3 goals against a massive club.
Yeah,
as shitty as they might be now.
I feel good, and I think if there's anything that I can walk away from the match against United is this. I didn't like what we did or what we put forth in the first half. I did not like Bellegarde as a striker or in the front. I think he's a far better midfielder. I did not like I did not like Green Eggs and Ham. I did not like Matt Doherty slowing the pace down or not being able to keep pace against Garnacho. I don't think he should have started. And the other word just stuck with Jose Sa, I thought was terrible in the first half. Absolutely terrible. Like, I'm sorry, but the goal that Hoyland kind of heels in or heads in, and he's diving underneath as Jose Sa. That initial strike was put between his legs. So those are the things I didn't like in the first half, but I'm gonna say this: Gary O'Neill made the adjustments. He got his team to go, hey man, it might be 2-0, but we can get back in this. So just be patient and let's do our thing. I don't know if that's what he said, but we saw a completely different team, and a team that, while it would be a stretch to say that Wolves dominated, we outplayed in the second half.
Yeah.
It came where, and we're going to see this with Wolves, I think, for the rest of the season, where these against bigger clubs, against better clubs, and I will say that United is a better club than us, at least just talent wise. Maybe not their record shows it or not, but we're going to see where our bench length, our quality on the bench just isn't really there. And the reason why we lost that match is because we ran out of fucking gas. And when the youngster scored at the end, I don't know who that was. Was it Mainu, who I absolutely love, yeah. or some, if you watch the play, there's the play in itself there was some trickery. I don't know who, somebody kind of crossed as Mainu has the ball. Somebody crosses in front of him is almost to receive a pass, and he took two defenders with him. And I think that was like kind of the breakdown on defense, but made great adjustments. Just, we were exhausted by the end of it and couldn't hold on to that point.
Yeah.
So was the first half so terrible that I'm just filled with vile and hatred and angry at all sorts of things, or am I happy that, like, hey man, that was an exciting game? If y'all missed it, you missed a good one, because that finished we'll call it the last 40 minutes, because there was 10 minutes of stoppage time. The last 40 minutes of that match was balls hot.
Balls hot.
Hot.
I think Aussie Gooner right here pretty much sums it up. Oh, I missed it. It moved up. If Wolves played 90 minutes, the game would be theirs. You cannot show up for 45 and pray. And yes, I know my lot are doing this, but the quality is there. Mark, all season, Wolves, they are notorious for turning it on in the last 10 minutes, last 15 minutes. And it's been working for you because you've been able to not be 2 goals down. But I just think the quality that we see from Wolverhampton at the last 15, 20 minutes stoppage time of matches, if y'all could play that way for even 2/3 of a match, there's not a lot of teams that could beat you, because you got a lot of special players.
I mean, it's like, there's a lot of things that I can look at as a fan, and as someone that supports this team. There's a lot of things I can look at, so I'll just flip it and look at it from the Man United perspective. And they brought back a player that had been out since October, and I think he's a player that kind of greases the wheels and gets it going for Man United, and that's Casemiro. Casemiro has been out for like 2 months. They're a completely different team with him. Yeah. They're a completely different team. There's a more flow, and Martinez is back. Yeah. Although it was kind of sad to see him with an ice pack on his foot. at the end of the game. So I mean, I'm sure that's precautionary, but still, it would suck to see that as a neutral, as someone that doesn't have a lot of hatred toward Man United.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. And I thank you, Lolo, for making me feel a little bit better about the match. It was certainly watchable, and it was just filled with heartbreak. Just filled. I mean, we had that point for like what, 2 minutes?
Yeah, man.
And
I was going to make some money.
I love me some Menu. I love that dude. That dude is a player.
I have him on my fantasy team. Yeah. All right. Well, we got a special question here from Jason. He says, "Hey Lolo, would you take Archie Gray for Arsenal, and where would you play him?" Archie Gray, man, that kid can play. I don't know. I think he plays out on the right side. Is he playing like right back for y'all right now? But I'm not sure. I've seen
that
a bit.
Would be a question for Mr. Tom.
Yeah, I've seen a bit about Archie Gray. I've seen him play a bit, and he's always somebody that you're like, wow, this kid's going, this kid's running. And I thought he was very good today. Where did you all have him? Yeah, you had him as a right back. Yeah, I thought he was very good. And then Byram was fantastic as well when he came on. But Archie Gray, it would be hard to take him. He would have to be a backup to Ben White right now. But I feel like he would slot in very well at a team like Arsenal. So because Arteta, yeah, as you say, he's been playing right back, but usually plays center mid. That's the type of player that Arteta looks for, is I do this, but I can also play here. He likes left backs and right backs who play fullback or who play center backs, vice versa. Midfielders who play wing, who play forward, all over the place. So Archie Gray is definitely someone that you all need to hang on to if you get back. I'm just reading this. That must be a hard chant. You can have Archie Gray. We'll keep Archie Gray. There you go. But no, I think he's very good. Archie will follow in Eddie and Frankie's footsteps. He'll be lead till he's senile. All right, the next £100 million player. We'll see about that. Well, let's get the Leeds United perspective on that as we bring on our resident Leeds United aficionado, Mr. Tom. Welcome to the program, sir. Dear in heaven.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
How's it going, Tom?
You know what? Pardon my language. I'm fucking fantastic.
Awesome.
Well then,
you are pardoned. You were pardoned.
It was so good. It was a pleasure to watch. It had the right amount of nervousness because Leeds United was superior in every area of that game. Even the shooting, because we were dog shit at the shooting, but they were worse. So
they were worse. I saw the second half, and yeah, I just didn't understand how the score was so low, because they were just like, they couldn't keep the ball. You guys must have had the ball for like 200% of the time. I mean, it is, like Sex Panther or something.
I believe the term, the football term, sorry, the thing, so you can't see me doing the quote unquote thing, but the term I believe is recycling the ball. We did that far too much for my enjoyment personally. And that's good for retaining possession and resetting from the back and all this. But the amount of times I sit there going, all right, you're on the halfway line, move the ball forward. And they're like, nope, Melié's got to have 8 touches per his contract or something like that.
Jesus. Tom, have you been watching Arsenal lately?
I only watch Leeds, to be honest.
Okay, good. Because it is, oh my God, the recycling you're talking about, like, that was nothing compared to what Arsenal are doing these days. Not quite bringing it back to us, but I'm just saying it is infuriating to watch. It fucking sucks. But Mr. Tom, I wanted to quote our our Ellen Road WhatsApp group, just because David, I'm not sure if this is the David in the comments who's here, but
It
Via
is.
Martine, is that
Yep.
him?
Yep.
Yeah, Via Martine just said, shocking finishing tonight. Sorry, may have won 1-0, but that display is just not good enough. And you came back right away, superior in every way. But what are your thoughts on that take
That's
from
a fair take.
United performance?
That's a fair take. We should have won by more than 1-0. And you're playing with fire if you continue to dominate games and not kill them off. It's 100% a fair take from David.
And
I
to be honest,
understand the
towards the
frustration.
end there were, I think, 2 chances that Bristol City had that
Yeah.
they easily could have scored, and you guys weren't scoring again.
There you go. I did have that belief, though, that if we could get the ball out of the box in those moments, we had every much as chance of just belting down the other end and scoring. Because our main weapon against teams is the fact that our front four are generally so fast for that level of football that you can be from one end to the other in 10 seconds. Like how we call them out at the start of the second half. They weren't switched on, basically, and one player took advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's how Arsenal got their goal, their first goal, on a freaking throw-in. Yeah. All right. Well, let me ask you this, Tom. You are currently 9 points out of first place. That seemed, even though that's 3 whole matches behind, and they got a game in hand. I feel like y'all were like 20 something back a while ago, like not too long ago, right? So you gotta feel like you're at least coming into a groove at a great time in the season. I think you're like 5 wins in a row, right? In the league?
To my knowledge, we've won 4 out of 5 in the league. Obviously, we won the cup game, so that'd be why we won the first 5 games of the year, the calendar year, but that obviously included the cup game.
No. You drew that cup game, sir.
No, I'm talking about the one at Peterborough that we won, where Bamford scored the greatest goal of all time since Tony.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yes. Sorry, why do they have them out of order here? So I have this game, and then it's showing the game right before it was January 27th.
All those things aside, I mean, the amount of ground that Leeds has gained since Boxing Day has been extraordinary. I mean, they were like in a battle for 3rd, 4th place, I think, right around that time. You know, because there were teams that were kind of coming a butt to them, and now after this run, they are. I'm not going to say that you're comfortably in 2nd place, but as you put it, you predict that they will not be relegated this season.
I'm quite confident that we have now hit the points total required in the championship to comfortably stay in the championship. But I don't want to stay in the championship.
No, and you shouldn't, because, to be honest, you know, the injuries that have plagued you over the last 2 seasons, knock on wood, have not plagued you this season.
No, I've been quite fortunate in that regard.
Now,
but also, I think the championship's quite forgiving, to be fair, compared to the Premier League. Like,
true.
for example, I think Naki Wells of Bristol City had an early chance in the game. It might have been first 10 minutes off top of my head. Basically, if that was in the Premier League, it would have been 1-0. It would have been 1-0 Man United. It would have been 1-0 Brentford would have scored it. Ivan Toney would have buried it. Thing is, in the championship, you get that leeway where generally you're not punished for every defensive lapse in concentration.
Yeah. Well,
sorry, you were speaking, Lolo.
No. That's a very solid point. I was just going to mention to Mark, like, yes, we were talking about them being a battle for 3rd and 4th. Let's not forget, Leeds United are in 2nd place by 1 point. 4th place is only 2 points behind, but both of those teams have 2 games in hand. So realistically, Leeds United is still in the 4th or 5th place spot. of course, they've already gotten the points, and these mythical, game in hand points aren't there yet. So realistically, if they get any points out of those two, Leeds United are back down to 4th and 5th. But it's a race right now. And I think second place was starting to look like second place was going to be untouchable as well. But it's all leveling. Everybody's saying AFCON was really bad for Leicester City. So, yeah, it's probably working. And you guys got a big match against Leicester City coming up, right?
Well, yeah, basically, most of the teams in the top half have got to come to Ellen Road. Whereas, most of our defeats have obviously all of our defeats this season have been in the away fixtures. So generally, the teams that have beat us have now got to come back, including Southampton. Leicester didn't beat us, but the point is, basically, obviously Ipswich already turned up and got what they deserved. Trying to be too arrogant about it, but Leicester have got to come to Ellen Road. Southampton have got to come to Ellen Road. That's the final day. But Sunderland have, I think Hull have. But point is that Southampton have got to go away to a lot of the teams we've already been away to.
Yeah.
So unless they, don't get me wrong, if they can still maintain their unbeaten run of like 17 games, then you just got to put your hands up and go, well done. Same as if Ipswich get promoted, you've got to say, well done, right? But the fact is, we are set up quite beautifully to basically overturn these deficits.
Yep. Yep. And I saw your last match of the season is at home to Southampton, which could be could have a lot of implications to it right there. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of Leeds United talk. And don't forget in the comment section, you can always sidetrack us with more. But now it's time to wholeheartedly divert the conversation back where it belongs.
No longer level the playing field.
And no longer level the playing field. I'm bringing on Ian Wright from the bench. Unfair.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
What's
Welcome.
Up, Gary?
Thanks for having me on. Hello, Lolo, Mark,
Welcome,
Mr. Tom, and everybody in the chat.
Gary.
Thank you.
Is that speaking of everyone in the chat and everyone on the screen? Is that Ted DiBiase in the cup today? Is that the $1 Million Man?
$1 Million Man, Ted
very
DiBiase.
nice.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, it sure is.
Impressive.
Cool.
Thank you.
Cool.
Wearing his, I think it's the suit he wore for the 1989 Royal Rumble.
I won't challenge you on that.
I was listening to you guys. I should have been taking notes, but I didn't take notes. But the Wolves. I like to say that they upset me because I expected them to actually get something out of that game, and they were just like you said. They were so close. Somebody said something like they gave him 7 minutes of extra time. If they had given 5 minutes or 4 minutes,
there was 9.
No. But I mean, you scored, but like they scored even later. So they had, if most fans who were hating on the amount of extra time,
it was big deserved, 6 time.
You might have got the point. So there you go.
Yeah, I just based on our first match with them at the beginning of the season, I really thought that we would look this. All right, we got them at home. They got away with a bullshit foul. Blah 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 blah. We're gonna take it to them. And the first half, no. The second half, yes. I mean, definitely a tale of two halves. I'm not going to do this, but I will do it because somebody else mentioned it in the chat, was that I kind of wonder what the difference would have been had we had Hee-Chan. If we had our number Wang, would it have been different?
Cool.
I don't know. But Lolo in the chat has convinced me into being not as sour as I might be on the result, but should focus on the effort.
I will tell you, it's all about
And
I wanted by Mark.
Pedro Neto certainly is healthy.
Yeah. No, I always say I'll take a good performance most of the time over a lucky win. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the performance was really good, and as you said, if you can keep that up, because now you know if you bring in your striker, you'll be even better. So yeah, no, it was a good game to watch for those who are watching. A lot of action late, so it was pretty cool. Yep.
Yeah, it was
So-
definitely better to watch than the West Ham game.
Yeah, I did get
Sorry,
to watch
Italy, if you're out there.
Yeah, I did get to watch some of the Leeds game, so I was chatting with these guys in there, and yeah, it was 1-0, but as it could have been easily a lot more. They had enough chances to put the game away, and if you don't, another team wants their chances look even bigger, even though they didn't get much out of the game. But it was a good game for Leeds in that sense that they did get what they wanted on the offensive side. They just needed to, I think, just be a little bit more, either a little bit faster, a little bit more clinical, kick it where the goalkeeper's not, kind of thing. That was a couple of those. Somerville had his chances.
I do have
Lonzo
one
did put
take on a specific shot that I think Gary's going to bring up. The one where there was obviously the obvious one where Somerville wins the ball on the halfway line and then charges, tries to chip the goalkeeper. It doesn't work. I actually think the more egregious one, in my opinion, was the one in the second half where he's charged through on goal and he's got Kamara on the right, Reuters on the left, and in my opinion, I could be wrong. This is what I think happened. They had the mentality of we can score as many as we want at the moment, even though you can't because you only ended up with one. But that demeanor, like, oh, we can just hand out shots like confetti. So they were like, Glenn's our mate. Glenn plays defensive midfield. We want Glenn to get a goal. So they gave the ball to Glenn. When what he should have done was give the ball to Ruter. Don't get me wrong, Ruter would have probably fucking missed as well because he can do a lot of things except fucking shoot. But that's not the point.
But it was so promising. You see there, you got your three attackers coming down, running downhill. Hold on to the ball. No, pass it. Hold on to the ball. No, pass it. Hold on to the ball. Finally pass it. Too late. And, the attack is dead. And you're like, oh, because so, but it was,
business.
I kind of felt like to some degree for me, they needed to be more, more as a team in those type of instances. Because there was one where Somerville came down the left side and for some reason just did not want to make a cross or take a shot either. And the ball just went out. And you had Ruter running through the middle. And he's like, if he just got the pass off, maybe, but nothing came out of it. Those are the worst, right? You have an attack and you don't even get a shot. So that's where,
I think their decision making is very good. But as I alluded to earlier, though, to Mark and Lolo, the thing is that in the championship you get that leeway where like you can afford to like not be on your game for like a minute of the match or whatever. And I think they're getting too comfortable with that leeway. Like, because in the Premier League, I've said before, repeating myself, but I'll say it again, you make a mistake in the Premier League, you will be punished. You just will. And like we did many times. How many times were we sitting there going, oh, we lost 5-1? Or we were 1-0 up against Crystal Palace and then they scored 5 goals because we made one mistake, which then led to more mistakes. And that's just football. But, it feels nice. I hate the Friday night game, but I love the Friday night game when we've won it. So
yeah,
the early games are the best if you win, for sure. It makes your weekend so much better. So much better.
Yeah, because I've already got the 3 points away from you. Show. We've got stuff done for the show on Sunday, so I'll just get to see it pretty. Sorry, it was cocky.
No. So
all right, fellas. Well, let's take a peek at a few of these memes that popped up from over the weekend or the week, I suppose. It doesn't look like I got them all downloaded. But here we go. Always fun to make fun of Darwin Nunez. Darwin Nunez's accuracy. I like that one. That one was lovely. To continue with Darwin Nunez, any last words? Let Darwin Nunez take the shot. I thought that was quite humorous right there. Mark, you had yourself a proper derby a week or so ago, and wrong one. Where's my? Oh, it's not on here. Well, this is shocking scenes at Anfield as stewards are forcing Chelsea fans to stay and watch the game until the final whistle. Beautiful, making fun of Chelsea. The cycle continues for Chelsea. A Chelsea win, 10th place. Chelsea draw, 10th place. Chelsea lose, 10th place. What a wicked cycle for them to be
Forever
at right
10th.
now. Loving it. Then we got this one. Jurgen Klopp was a bad player and a good coach. And then we have Koeman, a good player, bad coach. And then we have,
Oh, damn.
I didn't recognize him with hair. I was like, is that Rob Holding? Who the fuck is that guy?
It does look like Holding. Before
Eric
Plug
Ten
Forward.
Hag, bad player, bad coach. Oh, I like this setup. Eddie Howe seeing Jose Mourinho sacked by Roma.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. Perfect. Calvin Phillips, Man City career. Meet the man who travels across the UK raiding benches.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's
Mm.
unfortunate there. Don't forget, send us all of these that you got. If we like them, we'll pop them up on the show if I am able to do so. If I remember to do so. It's always easier when John's helping out. But John is super busy these days. It's good on him. And then one final one, guys. We didn't even talk about this, but I have some bad news about Carl. Not Carl. Not Carl. Carl Weathers has passed away, everybody. Let's all pour one out and down the throat for Carl Weathers. Beloved Chubbs of Happy Gilmore. Everything. Apollo Creed. Everything.
Predator.
Carl Weathers, everybody. A little moment of silence.
Dylan,
And
you son of a
don't
bitch.
don't forget that if you take Carl Weathers and add a little onion, a little potato, you got yourself a stew.
What?
It's
bet
actually
Arrested
like
Development.
one of my favorite characters that he did was from Arrested Development where he plays Carl
Yeah.
Weathers,
Yeah.
the acting coach,
Yeah.
and
Yes, I forgot.
and Tobias is eating the chicken wing and he goes to throw it away and Carl Weathers grabs his wrist and he says, "Now hold on, now you take that chicken wing, throw a little water and potatoes and maybe a carrot. You got yourself a stew."
Oh yeah,
and-
Carl Weathers, man. Predator. Yeah, proper actor. I like that.
Was
the
he
best
the one that
part of
was
Rocky.
in the scene with the former Jesse the Body, then Minnesota governor? Was he the one that said the line, "What you're bleeding"? And to which, or was that the
Nope, that was Bill
American?
Duke.
Yes.
His best part in Predator was obviously when him and Arnie first lay eyes on each other,
Oh, they
and then
the-
they basically flop them out, and they're like, "Dylan, what you doing? Pushing too many pencils?"
What are you doing? Push you too many pencils.
it got a bomb in there. Wrong movie, I know, but that's the only thing that I can do that is remotely close to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, man. People dropping like
Sad.
flies.
Until
Yeah.
Leeds won. and
What
then
sucks
it
is
went
that means
well.
we're getting
Yeah.
old. I don't like that. That's
You're
the
gonna live
part that
forever, Gary.
I
I've
hope-
made a pact with the devil to make sure of it.
You made a. What do I have to do? That's the part I'm scared
Ah.
You
about.
don't have to do anything.
Holy
I'll put the hit for you.
shit! That is some serious love.
Well, thanks. Thank you.
That's like Arnie and Carl Weathers just shaking with the camera right up
Me in
close.
900 years time, though, it'd be like, I hate that.
Good
prick.
Lord. Please, I'll leave the dungeon. Let Gary live forever.
Mm.
I'll let Mo Master.
See, look,
go.
the show's been on for like almost 40 minutes, and we haven't even talked about our team, Lolo. See, these guys think we just talk Arsenal all the time, and we talk football. We are football fans.
Yeah, I know. And then I brought you on to talk about Arsenal, and they switched it back over to Leeds somehow. So I don't know.
No,
Gary.
it was.
Gary started talking about the game.
I like what I like Lolo's.
You
I
put
like
on,
Lolo,
you put on
Lolo's
the
analysis.
memes, and we started talking about Carl Weathers.
Yeah. Yeah, listen to Do-Rag Man.
No,
Do-rag, man.
I'm saying when I brought Gary on, I said let's talk Arsenal, and he brought up Leeds United. Anyway,
You know, it was
On
just,
that
today-
note,
they
can I
were
bring up
they
one
were good
more
football
Leeds thing?
games, right? So we're gonna talk about
Sure.
good football, right?
I'll bring up one more Leeds thing that just the story that came out. It amused me. And then do Arsenal to your heart's content, and I'll sit here and politely listen. Anyway,
That's not gonna happen.
so-
You don't
no,
lie.
so
You're lying.
apparently, after being unimpressed with his performances, attitude, and punctuality, Daniel Farke organised a meeting with Jed Spence to notify him that Leeds would be terminating his loan. Spence turned up late to that meeting.
Ouch.
oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Very interesting. Well, it
think
does.
that
And you terminated loan? Wasn't he Tottenham? Where is he from?
Yeah. It's
Sounds
actually
about
quite
right.
unprecedented in football. It's very rare that a championship club will terminate the loan of a Premier League player.
Well, yeah.
The
Yeah.
other way round happens all the time. Like Premier League teams will think their player's not playing enough, or they'll see the opportunity to move that player into a better team or a team that's performing better. Like you'll get teams all the time. Like they'll loan their player, a Premier League, like Liverpool will loan their player to Sheffield Wednesday, but then Sheffield Wednesday are not doing very well. So then they'll be like, "Oh, let's loan him to Hull."
Yeah.
Because he'll get more chances.
Yeah. You want them
Things like that.
playing. Yeah, you want them playing. Absolutely. Okay.
Actual chances on the pitch. Instead
Yeah.
of just watching the defence concede loads of goals, they could actually be part in an attack that's functioning.
Yeah, possibly. Well, today, I don't know if you all know this, but in the United States, today, February 2nd, is National Wear Red Day. So before I came down to do the show, my wife was like, "Oh, make sure you wear something red." And I was like, yeah, I'm on it. Most of my wardrobe has become red. I have red shoes. So yeah, it's National Wear Red Day, I think for heart disease or something like that, or women or something. But yeah. So I see Mark isn't taking part in that. All of them are made up, Mark. All of them. And I hate to tell you, all the holidays are made up too. All of them.
I got some red right up there in the corner.
No, I think your cheeks usually are good enough to be part of Wear Red Day. Let's get you drinking some more. Get you nice and red.
But I've been cutting back. I promise. I promise.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Has
why
there actually
it
been
is
any
national...
Arsenal news?
There you go. There's your red.
Yeah, I got one of those. I got one of those too.
Oh, is that from
that's
that's from the Emirates?
This has my pens in it.
That was from the Emirates, right?
Yep,
it was.
The
All
Bears.
right. Well, happy National Wear Red Day, whatever that means. Gary, were you wearing red all over town? Are you getting excited? Oh, there we go.
Oh man, look at that. Okay. Yeah, I did not know that was
it's
today.
for the heart. It's for old women, I guess.
Yeah. Am I getting excited?
Gary, you getting excited for Sunday?
I'm looking forward to it, but I'm scared as well. Because I don't know which. It could be a Jekyll and Hyde thing. I know we've won the last two games, but the reasons why we won aren't going to help us win on Sunday. So you're going to have to do something we haven't done and show up and do something totally different. So, yeah, and Liverpool, we've been punished by them before, right? So Arteta has to be on his best behavior once again, and let's see if we can. I'm scared of what he's gonna do. People are saying Havertz in the lineup. That scares me. I thought Jorginho in the lineup would be okay, but then they scare me because he can't. He's on the counter. He'll get killed. But everybody in the midfield we have is just. They all have their negatives. They all have their cons. Not one of them is like perfect. Milsrif Rowe has just come back. Will he be able to hold up to the pressure that Liverpool is going to bring? Havertz in the midfield, not good. So we don't have anybody else, but those are the four. Trossard is not good in the midfield. That's a waste of his talents there. So 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 that's the concern. Is if we see Havertz, I'm going to be crying. Everybody else has their cons, but he scares me there. So yeah.
I don't know, who you guys going to throw against Liverpool. You mentioned Havertz. I was surprised he didn't, start in the last match. I thought he would start, given the break in the action and the fact that it was you guys played Forest, right?
Yep.
So I thought he might start there. You guys were hoping to have Partey.
Yeah,
but apparently he's had a massive setback. I was reading about that today.
He's done.
Yeah.
Has he played his last match for Liverpool or for Arsenal? Because I think he has.
Both, Mark, which is crazy.
both teams. It's crazy.
Nuts.
It was a hell of a window in January, let me tell you.
Mark, hold on a second, guys, because I feel really bad about this, but ever since Gary came on, you're frozen for me, and I hear that's all I hear from
Gary. Which is what Lolo has been hearing for the last 3+ years.
Yeah. But what's weird is it's only Gary, and so I was gonna tell him that it's messed up, but you guys are all and responding, and I'm like,
yep,
it's just me. So I hear him giving a long rant, and then it cleared up for 1 second and goes, and those are the four. And I'm like, okay, he talked about 4 things. What 4 things could he possibly be talking? And so I'm so sorry, Gary. Would you mind
you gonna kick me out?
Just refreshing?
All right.
I could kick myself out because I think I need to reset, but I'm also running the stream, so I don't want to just end the stream by me.
It won't end the
refresh.
stream. If you leave the stream, it will stay running until you come back and physically end it.
Okay, so I'll be right back.
It should.
You try that, Gary. Don't go anywhere.
Okay. All right. Okay, so he's
all
gone.
right, boys.
All right. Can you block him out? Is there a way to block him so he can't get back in, or are we stuck with him coming back?
I would never do that. Although there might be days that I've wanted to. We've all seen me get way more red than this. Is it just me because I've only been paying attention for a very, very short period of time? Basically the duration of the show. Was this the most uneventful, boring sleeper, and we are trying so hard to talk about the transfer window in the history of transfer windows? Yeah. I mean, Nottingham Forest has been found guilty of FFP, and they just continued to do business, which was basically the extent of the transfer window. Besides, as the team that Gary will not mention, but I will, Spurs. It's weird to think that the best the transfer window could have done is that Spurs and Nottingham Forest are grand prize winners.
That's crazy, right? Timo Werner might be the best transfer, in this window.
2 assists.
No, but
they were tight.
Yo, Timo Werner is a good
I
fucking
do not
player.
love me some Timo Werner. I do not rate him.
Oh, Timo Werner is fantastic. He's just had the yips for 3 years now, 4 years now.
You know what?
As long as I've been watching him.
Chelsea,
Part of that is
it.
that blue shirt. You know.
Yeah.
Part of that's that blue shirt is got something. It's got something on it. So that stank on it. That stank.
Yep.
It's a stank. And anybody who puts it on, they don't do as well sometimes. And,
That's why I've seen it
years.
from
many
Red
times.
Day.
20 years, and their only real good strikers were like Drogba and maybe Diego Costa, maybe.
So is it a case of like the
And they were
the
Sorry,
monkey
Mark.
paw curse? Because like it goes from Timo Werner to Nicholas Jackson. You know,
Yeah.
Because like Nicholas Jackson is out of the lineup, right? He's fell out of favor because he just can't do his shit. Or am I wrong?
He didn't start last one, and you know, as soon as
I don't think he
Nkunku
started
gets
the last
healthy,
few.
as soon as he gets healthy, then that'll just change things up. Well, I guess for them, hopefully for the better, but for us, hopefully not. But
He owns the worst hat trick ever in the Premier League. He scored 3
Yes,
goals
he
in the game that he
does.
should have scored 12
Yes,
in.
he does.
Yeah.
he could have.
So,
Couldn't he have had like a double hat trick though?
Although-
That's how good. That's how bad he was. It's like
Yeah,
he coulda- he
one
coulda
of these
scored
after
But
shows.
it's like he's hat trick wasn't all that strong either.
One of these after shows, you guys got to remind me to tell you the story of how I wanted to be named Nicholas Jackson. Yeah, it's just a crazy coincidence. But yeah,
Right.
I'll tell you about it in
Nicholas
a happy hour.
Jackson Lolo.
No, just
You know who
Nick
played
Jackson.
Action Jackson?
Who?
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, Action Jackson. Yeah.
That's right. I did like that. Because you
Action
know what?
Jackson.
Why did anybody like that movie?
I don't think
Because
anybody
it was
did.
No, you
1987
did like
and
it.
everyone was racist.
Because those were the kind of movies coming out,
No,
as Mr.
no,
Tom said, in 1987.
Who
I mean,
was
come
the
on.
leading?
That's right
who was-
around the time of Remo Williams.
No,
Y'all
no,
remember
no, you're
Remo
missing
Williams?
it. Who was the star in that? Who was the starlet in that movie?
In what? Action Jackson?
Yes.
Was it Vanessa Williams?
No, but you're close because you got the right color tone, skin tone, but no.
Why do you have
Well,
to make this about
that was
race?
definitely what we were going for first and foremost. Let's just narrow it down by color tone. Is he wearing a hat?
No, it's
That's what
vanity.
you go
Everybody
to
knows
next.
vanity. Come on.
Vanity from Vanity 6?
Yes.
She was a Prince discovery.
Yes.
I do know Vanity 6 and Vanity very, very well.
Everybody liked Vanity 6 because who cares if they could sing, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about now.
Yeah, pretty much. I've seen them more than once on accident.
I was shitting myself on purpose when that film came out
Why?
because I was free.
Because But how's that changed in the many years you've been around this?
Oh, it's not changed. I still do the same thing, but just a better excuse back then, isn't it?
Yes. We've gone off on another tangent, haven't we?
The Tangent King.
Yes.
That's what the show's all about at Happy Hour.
Yes,
you
that
know.
is true.
Just take
Yeah,
turns
absolutely.
glazing over.
Tangents. What tangent are we on right now? I can finally hear Gary.
Oh, good.
And I just got to say, Gary.
Really regretted it.
Yeah, it's not that.
Damn,
I'm
you
not
know what?
What
When you
word-
were
what word- yes,
gone,
what
we
was
actually had a
it? You
good
went
show. The numbers went up. I mean,
don't
Oh,
do
I
that.
was watching.
Gary, don't do that.
Super Bowl's next week, Jimmy.
oh, that's right.
Oh,
The Super
yeah.
Bowl is coming. Everybody ready for that?
I mean,
I think
suppose
I
we
think
still
on
find
both
out.
sides,
I mean,
there's hate on both sides. Either you hate the whole Britney, I want to say Britney Spears, but the
Taylor
whole like
Swift.
what's it, Taylor Swift thing, or you hate the brother and the brother and wife of Mahomes. There's like hate on both sides. So
I will defend her. I will defend her on
You'll-
this one thing. I was about to say I couldn't name one song she's ever made. That's a lie because of the amount of times I've heard second-hand heard Shake It Off or whatever, but don't really know anything about her apart from she was the babysitter of Jeff Jarrett's children. Anyway, that's genuinely true, by the way.
Of who?
She is not sat there during an NFL game going, production truck, there's a break in play, put me on TV, show me. Like, that's not her decision. So I don't know why she gets shit for it.
No, she was actually seen in the last game. She was seen, like, you can tell she's up there. She's watching the game, and she's watching like one of the big televisions in the suite or whatever, and she's just standing there like this. And then they show her, and you see her, and she goes, "Go the fuck away."
Right. Because that's the
and
whole
so it's
thing
like,
with
yeah.
television is there's a delay. So when she sees the feed and they're showing her a real-time feed.
Yep.
Yeah.
She can react to it. So like there's time where she can actually, hey, Kelsey caught a pass. Let's do this. I don't know, man.
She genuinely watches. She does not need anything from the NFL. The NFL is gaining from her being there. The NFL wrote a letter to Jason Kelsey's wife saying, you guys and Taylor being at the, like, what you guys have done is worth hundreds of millions of dollars in advertising. The NFL has gained hundreds and millions of dollars.
Absolutely.
From them, and it's been all for free, and they can all thank Travis Kelce's dick for that. Like,
I don't know. I don't have any experience with that, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's where I'll sit with it. You know, I do agree that in the grand equation of things, the NFL stands more to gain than Taylor Swift does. But in the same note, those that are in the spotlight, much like a drug, become more and more addicted to that spotlight. And the more opportunity that some people get to be in that spotlight, they will grab it. And this is just another, look, man, if Taylor Swift is so on top of the world, there is no reason for her to run down on the field, which none of the other NFL girlfriends and wives get an opportunity to do so. But because she's Taylor Swift, she can jump down there and get in front of that camera and get, when the camera's on Travis.
The wives go down. Yeah, on national.
I'm sure the wives go down, and I'm sure the players go down too.
No, not after every game, but winning the conference championship and going to the Super Bowl, they let your friends and family, they let your family down, and you can celebrate.
You don't get that close. You don't get that close. And she's Taylor Swift, and she gets to get that close. They send
their babies and shit. No, Mark, I'm telling you, Taylor. Watching her is like she's being a very cool, awesome girlfriend. She has the problem of she dives too much into the other person when she's with them. Now, I might be the only one who can actually talk on this subject because I have 2 daughters, so I know more than one Taylor Swift song. I know a lot of fucking Taylor Swift songs.
Because if you don't have children, you can't even you can't even hear it. You have to have this special frequency.
Have you heard them?
I have one. I have one in my playlist, but it's not like her regular stuff. It's like a folk music type thing. Really good, really mellow, chill, and you're like, oh, that's her. You're like, yep, that's her.
Yeah, of hers, because she's incredibly diverse, and she started in country. Like, I knew her from her first single when I was back listening to country music. And just for all of you British people who may not know about this, this is, I just pulled up a map of the way most Americans are rooting for this Super Bowl. You've got Kansas and Missouri going for the Chiefs. You have only Northern California going for San Francisco. Most of the country saying, can they both lose? And Louisiana going, it's carnival time, baby. We ain't got no Super Bowl. You ain't need no bowl. Just put some newspaper down on the table, child. Throw it on straight out there, boy. Yeah. I love me some New Orleans. They could give a fuck about football right now.
I completely agree, and I've only been to New Orleans once, and that was for St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Patty's
And
Day
I
is
was
the best.
told by the locals that Mardi Gras is for tourists, but St. Patrick's Day is for the locals, and I was so pleased as punch to be able to walk up and down in Magazine Street and head into the old town
And Mark, Patty's Day, the parades, they throw beads,
Yeah.
but they also throw potatoes and whole cabbages.
I was nearly splattered by a whole
Yeah.
cabbage.
You can get
one of my
fucking decapitated.
one of my
It was
best
not for my
experiences
wife to
there.
say duck.
Yeah. No, I was to say one of my best experiences there. It was Mardi Gras, but we got there really early. So we got there like around lunchtime. We found a bar we could go and have like some really, good Cajun food. They had the band playing, and of course I had a little we've been drinking because it's college and stuff like that. Got
And
there.
New Orleans and Mardi Gras and noon.
Let's just say I was organizing the band. I was bringing in the different instruments and then pulling them out. They were like, "What?" I'm like, "All right, can I get some drums? Come on, bring the drums in. All right, let's go. Trombone. All right." I had a lot of fun. Let's just say that. It was a lot of fun.
Moved to Nashville when she was about 12 BX.
Who's that? Are you talking about?
Taylor Swift. Yes,
oh,
she was
Taylor
born
Swift?
in
Oh.
Pennsylvania, but she actually
Oh
went
my
to
God.
Nashville.
Can you guys talk about that in the comments, please? Because this is just what do you all right, if we're talking about Taylor Swift's life story and where she came from and at what age she first realized Santa's not real, that means it is
That would have
time
been
for
when
a
she was 9.
bio break. And Mr. Tom, what's crazy is I feel like you may have researched that and know that to be true. So
On the Stoop with Taylor Swift, says Director John. So there you go.
Hey, John.
Yo, on the Stoop with Taylor Swift. I wish. I'll give her the show right over the show to her if she wants it. Y'all like football? Okay. It's time for a bio break. So we're gonna go. How long is this bio break? It's about 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Mark, do I have to play music over it?
I think that would be appropriate. Do
There's
we
no
have
music
some
on it,
Taylor's? Do we have some Taylor Swift music?
You got Taylor Swift money? Hell no. I've wanted to hum a few songs and I'm too scared. No, hell no, dog.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Shh. He said, bake it off.
I said, shake it off because
Stop
I
it.
got a
Stop
bio
saying
break.
it.
I got a bio
Stop
break
saying
coming
it.
up. I got
That's too much information, dude. If you're shaking it, you're playing with it, and that's not
already
really...
the uncomfortable Gary.
Yes, that's
Oh
just.
my God. All right, guys. We'll be back here in 3 minutes and just under 4 minutes. So everybody, go to the restroom if you need to. Get your beer refreshed. All that. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. All right. And we're back and we still got music going. All right. There we go. We can have that playing. Yeah, put it in the background. There you go. A little party music. All right. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for putting that together, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. Tunes were good. Is anybody going to say anything? I'm worried my audio isn't working. Mark, are you muted? You're all bastards.
Hey, now I'm here.
We're all
Oh,
bastards.
look, my microphone suddenly started working.
Yeah. You're all
Gary, you're
bastards.
still muted.
All right. Since your microphone is working, Tom, why don't we go ahead and get into a little betting in the dark with Mr. Tom? What do you think about that?
I think it's a splendid idea.
I think so too.
Betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, place your bets.
All right. We have Betting in the Dark Groundhog Day edition, and it is Groundhog Day, everybody, and the groundhog did come out and see its shadow. And over here in the States, we still concern ourselves with animals being able to understand what shadows are. And that means that an early spring is on the way, that winter is just about over. Mr. Tom, do your bets show that fact?
I thought Groundhog Day was a movie.
It is.
And it is one of the best movies of all time.
It's a great movie. I didn't know it was an actual thing. Or actually, put another way, I thought it was a day to celebrate the movie due to it being a cultural cornerstone of society.
No.
It's an actual thing. All right.
No, Tom. Yeah, Groundhog Day 2024. Punxsutawney Phil makes his prediction. And yeah, big news in the States today. Yep. And he saw his shadow. But yes, the classic, what is that, 1993 film by Harold Ramis? Yes, sir. Beautiful movie. Wonderful movie. Okay. So, just a disclaimer about this. We ask Mr. Tom to pick some crazy long shot odds. We want to turn $1 into over $100, £1 into over 100 pounds. So these bets are crazy and we don't recommend taking them. But if you do, keep it to $1. Come on. Don't be greedy or dumb because they rarely do hit. But they could. Let's get to the first one. Mr. Tom, talk us through it.
We're going to start the weekend off with a bang, all right? I just got this feeling that Spurs are going 1-0 up at Everton. Everton are going to tap into that sense of injustice that they have when they get punished for crimes that they did commit. But, you know, who's asking? And then they're going to... they'll overturn it because they're Everton. And fuck them. And I don't like them. So if it does win, you get money. And if they don't win, then they don't win and they get nothing. But obviously, this is a sort of game that in the football sphere, all right, where you sit there. It basically, this is a footballing version of the meme that the great Lolo put up earlier, as in, can both teams both lose?
Yep.
But if one of them doesn't lose, hopefully it'll be Everton 3-1 for some monies.
Yeah, and I like Richarlison scoring first like a twat. And probably taking his shirt off and getting a yellow, and then later getting another yellow and being sent off, and Everton losing. Or I'd like him to score again, but be offside and take his shirt off again and get a red card, and then they call the goal off. I think that would be great. And Jason, no, that was actually Big Money Mark who truth be told, made a slight alteration to the bet, just slight, but he did win like $800 or something like that. Crazy bet.
So you can win on this show.
I like this, Tom.
And slightly smaller money Gary did all right off that as well.
Yeah. I'm still
That's a
using
terrible nickname for Gary. What's
I
up,
couldn't call
smaller
him big money
Gary?
Gary. There can't be two big monies on here. That's just silly.
Right. Well, I think Dirty Jersey Chris called me the 100-air.
You got the crown behind you to show for it. But yeah, I know there are going to be certain gentlemen on this panel that do not like this, or do not appreciate it. But you know damn well this is realistically possible.
Ugh.
Yep.
Ugh.
You know what? I am
Especially
100% going to place this bet. Because any bet I make these days doesn't happen. So I'm going to put this because I don't want this to be the case. I do not want Jota scoring first.
If Jota scores first,
No, you know what you
and
should
you
do?
know
You
what,
should
the
do the
chances of-
exact same bet, but 3-2 to Arsenal.
No, because then it won't happen. It will not happen.
no, if
Sorry,
Jota
what was you
scores,
saying, Gary?
if Jota scores first, then I find it hard. It's going to be hard pressed for Arsenal to get the win. You know what I mean? Like if he scores first, because he usually scores last, just to just to put it in, just to punish us. So if he scores first, I don't want it.
They stopped offering last goal scorer bets after we called that NK her last goal. We killed
I'm
the betting
sure they
industry.
did.
I genuinely did, because I remember going for it the next week and they had none of it. They were like, nope.
Yeah. This is a bit of a solid bet. The only issue that I might have here is if it's Nunez, Diaz, and Jota starting, because when Diaz and Nunez are on the when they're together on the pitch, nothing happens for Jota. They play with one another, and that's it.
That's not
it's only when one of them is removed that Jota is able to thrive. And he's back, folks. There he is.
I always polish my duck, Jimmy.
And
Cyril's got an opinion. Cyril's got an opinion on your alteration. Cyril said, fuck yo alteration.
There you go.
What's that?
There you go.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. No, in all seriousness, just... No. What's that, Cyril? Oh, no, Cyril says in all seriousness, fuck your alteration. I'm sorry. Cyril's a... What's that? Anyway, no, in all seriousness, that's fair. But I did have it in my head that if I didn't select Jota for this, I'd be like, why didn't you pick Jota? He scores loads of goals. And I was like, I'm sniffing my duck. It's
That's just nasty.
Yep.
Gary gets uncomfortable when you get sexual there, Mr. Tom.
Yeah, just keep that stuff to the not in public.
I will not keep it to myself. Everything goes out there on the internet. Everything's forever.
Only ducks. You ever heard of it?
Yep.
And if you haven't, we'll create it.
Oh, so is there a third one, Lolo, by any chance?
Oh, we lost him.
So we can we can get off the sniffing the duck.
Somehow lost everything.
It smelled of rich mahogany, by the way.
Sorry about that, fellas. I was not able to hear anybody for a while there.
There we go, Mr. Tom. We have your final bet here.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I know how crazy this looks, but it's well established that Brentford, for some reason, have the number of Man City. I know they beat them twice last year, so that we all know deep down they're probably going to get a bit of a pasting. But what if they don't? What if Ivan
What if they
Toney
don't?
scores 2 or 3 of the goals? What if Kevin De Bruyne gets a free kick and basically goes, I'm going to have target practice and just plant one in the top corner? What if those things happen? What if those things all happen together? You can make nearly 400 times your money.
Nice.
That is so tempting. But
Yeah.
wow. I mean, this
course it's
is
not gonna
where we
happen.
give our disclaimer of while we do talk about the bets, we do not encourage you to make bets.
But this one you should.
To get nearly 400 to 1. This is possible. This is possible.
If someone
Gary,
put
thoughts?
to my head,
This is a really expensive car payment. So I'm gonna. Yes, it sounds that's 2 tickets to the Emirates, basically, is what that is. And if you've ever bought tickets and you're from out of the country, you know how much they can cost sometimes. So that would be really nice. I think everybody would enjoy that. That would just piss off everybody because, if Arsenal, for example, were to win and City were to lose, then that would definitely send the
Shockwave.
the interweb into overdrive.
Shockwave.
Well, the internet gets hyped over Premier League football.
Yes, sir.
After my last
Never.
bet on City, I'm not too keen to bet on City. So this might be a bet that I'll take. City burned me last week, and I want to take this bet, just prove them wrong.
Guys, I think we found it. We've been looking for it all night. I don't know if you all have been looking as fiercely as I have for the comment of the night, but I think John LUFC Garside has the comment of the night. If it's 3-2 at the 89 minutes, hope Tony cashes out.
Take that winning money, buddy. Take the winning money. Don't risk it.
It would be. Do you know what would be even fun? What would make it funny, even though this would never happen due to absurdities, if it actually got to the 89th minute and he actually had himself substituted so he could cash out.
Right. Or he
actually
just
see
like
him on camera,
falls to the
fumbling
pitch
around,
and
so
kind
his
of
Lolo, you
phone
gotta-
in his
his
pocket.
signal.
Check the time, 1:19, because you might have to create a video. People won't believe it.
Yep. I got it. I marked it.
And at the 89th minute, we've got Tony coming off. Brentford up 3-2. They're going defensively.
And he's rushing. He must be injured. He's running all the way into the locker room. Not sure where he's going.
He had a phone in his hand. I don't know what's going on.
And then City level in like the 90 plus 10 minute. It's like, whoo, thank God. Tony walks out very relieved. I think he must have needed to go to the bathroom or something. No.
He made his goal bonus back.
Oh.
Wow. Well, I don't know. I like it, Tom. I like it. That's been Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom. If you're so inclined, try it out. Let us know how you did. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, and the like. And let us know how you do. Yeah. All right, fellas. Let's take a look at the week. What do we have with the Premier League coming up? Are there any matches that you guys are excited about?
Who's playing?
I can show you a world.
Oh, you know 3 of the games.
Shining, shimmering, splendid. There you go. All right, let's see what we got here. Boom. All right. There you go. We got Everton, Tottenham at
doing the carpet song from Aladdin.
Yep. Yeah.
Very good.
One of my go-to karaoke songs.
Whole New World. Yeah. I didn't know why I called it the carpet song. Anyway.
The carpet song. Yep, same thing. carpet song.
My apologies.
We've got Everton, Tottenham, Brighton, Palace, Burnley, Fulham, Newcastle, Luton Town, who did some damage over the week, by the way, to Brighton. Sheffield United, Aston Villa, who took a loss, big L this week. Then we have Man United, West Ham United, Chelsea, Wolves, Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest, Brentford City, and Arsenal, Liverpool. Guys, which match are we looking at the most here?
Gotta be the
I
opening.
think it's
opening
kind of
morning one.
obvious
The
what
opening
is the
morning one.
match of the weekend, and that's Arsenal Liverpool.
Oh,
To
is
start
it?
things off, Everton,
4 o'clock.
Tottenham, or as Gary likes to say, the team that will not be named. This is an interesting watch only because it's the only game in that particular time slot, and that Everton is playing at home. If it was at Tottenham, would you watch it?
That's very
Would you
astute,
watch
Mark.
it at
It's no
all?
championship
I don't
game either.
know.
Yeah, you're right.
What
did
do you guys?
scramble to see if there was a championship game early, but there's not. So full marks to Mark.
All right.
Everybody wants to watch that to see. They want to see chaos. I want to see chaos. Chaos would be if if I'm happy, and the internet is sad and mad.
As I've always said, Everton are the Tottenham of the North and Tottenham are the Everton of the South because they're both in the shadow of a team that plays in red. Have at it.
And it is Wear Red Day, so we gotta.
There you
Still
have
does
it.
not matter. I keep trying to make it matter. It doesn't. All right, guys, give me your prediction for Everton versus Tottenham. What are we thinking here? Tom, are you sticking with your betting in the dark prediction?
I'm tempted to. I just have a feeling that Everton are going to beat them. Even though the league positions don't suggest like that will happen, I've just got a feeling that they're going to. Even if it's not 3-1, I've just got a feeling that their sheer brawn will get through Tottenham's high line. Let's just say.
And I assume Tottenham's are they basically set up to get a win? Oh yes, they are. Oh yes, they are. They've gotten 2 points in the last 5, and yeah, this is probably there's a lot of red and gray in their form. So green would be really nice. Everton.
Tottenham?
Everton.
Oh, Everton.
Mason, not to my knowledge. I mean, you can do it on the betting machines in the shops, but wouldn't really want to encourage.
So
that
yeah.
personally.
So you know what? I think when those teams are like struggling like that, they always have they just got 2 draws in a row. You know, it's kind of trending like, if they're gonna upset someone because they've been struggling for at least the last 5 matches, guess what? Why not against that team? That will make everybody happy, right? Think about it. They've been, look at that. Draw, and then 3 like they're due a green, right?
One would think so, but I'll just chime in here and say that Spurs have gotten this little January break. They've gotten everybody back. They got Van der Veer. They got James Maddison. And they at first didn't look so great in their last match. I forget who they played. But they did come back and just put the hammer on them. I can only imagine what they'll be like when Son comes back from the Asian Cup, but no. Spurs are going to get this, and it's, I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0 Spurs, even though it's at home. I don't think Everton can get the luck of the green, so to speak.
The rub of the green.
The rub of the green.
No, I think Mark, you got a good point there. Tottenham, they got Maddison back, they got Van de Ven back, and Madison is already making a difference. And Timo Werner, as you said, look, let's not. Oh my God, I can't think of what to say. Write him off. I was like, let's not rub him off. That's not it. That's definitely not. Let's not rub
him off.
Let's not write him off. He will make Richarlison better. Unfortunately, Richarlison came to Tottenham as here we go. I'm the man. Now I'm finally the man. I'm not behind Calvert-Lewin. I'm the man. And it's like, yeah, you're terrible as the man. So stop it. And so the fact that they've got Timo Werner there, Son should be coming back. I don't think he's back this week. But Kulishevsky's back. Brennan Johnson, Madison. They've got a dangerous team. That being said, the same way Brentford were able to get a couple goals off of them, I think Everton could do it and then lock up shop. Brentford don't lock up shop. I think Everton could do it. So if Everton could get some early goals or an early goal, they could do something. A 2-1. I could say 2-1 Everton, but I think I'm going to lean towards Mark the way that he was going with, and yeah, I see 3-2 Tottenham.
Interesting.
Gary?
No, I can't do that. I'm sorry. Never can I ever slide that way. I don't call them by their name. There's no way I'm giving them a win ever. Like, as far as I'm concerned, it can go 30. It can go 0 and 38. I'll be happy. But now,
That's not in question, Gary. That is not in question. You know me. I mean, you talk about hating them. I put out a fucking rap video.
You did
about hating them. So come on, let's not get it twisted. That is not what this is about. But
calling it rap,
I'm just saying.
Oh, damn. He went there.
Yeah, I know. It was rap with a rolled I when I said it. So come on. I know what it is.
I thought it was all right. It's all right.
It was. It's the music for the theme show, isn't it? I've heard it before. Like, it's
right. Well, I'm actually waiting for the DMX remix.
Ooh.
Well, he died. He did.
Yeah. No, you know what?
I'm waiting for the BMX
window of being
remix.
I can't ever give them any kind of. I don't want to give them any credit. I mean, I don't even know where the hate comes from. I'm not. You guys have been watching this for a long time and get it. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I'm on the road. I'm on the ride with you guys. Now, Everton 2-1, just because I want to see. Like I said, let's start off the morning right. Right, you want to wake up at 8 o'clock and they're down a goal, and they score the second goal, and you're like, that team's down too. They might come back, but hopefully not today. So that's kind of where I go with that. So I get 2-1 Everton, and yeah, that'll make me happy. It's all about my happiness.
All right, I guess we got everybody there. All right, what's the next one? The next one that I would like to do is a team that really shocked everyone this week. Well, I guess, two teams shocked us this week because Newcastle was able to beat Aston Villa. And which is crazy because in the beginning of the season, first match of the season, they destroyed them. They destroyed Aston Villa, but Aston Villa has become a new beast, and Newcastle has gone downhill.
Just to add, if I may just add to that, at the beginning of the season, Villa Newcastle, everyone had Newcastle. Everyone had Newcastle to win that match. In this game, everyone had Villa. And in both cases, it was kind of very one-sided.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was Newcastle won both of them, Mark.
No, Villa won the first one.
No, Newcastle
Villa
did.
won. Didn't Villa win 4-1?
Villa won 4-1.
No, because I picked Villa in my top 4, and I was like, okay, well, they got fucking destroyed to start the season. I think it was like
No, actually it was 5-1 Newcastle. So I seem to remember it much differently.
Yeah, Aston Villa scored right
already.
away, and then Villa scored right away, and then Newcastle scored right after them. And it was like, oh my God, this is going to be crazy. And then Mings went out, and then they just went downhill. Where is it? I'm trying to find.
No, it was 5-1. It was back in like August 12th, I think.
Yeah,
was
5-1. 5-1. It's right there. Yeah. Yeah. So Newcastle's won both of these. They've taken 6 points off of them this season. So crazy. But the match that I want to talk about is Newcastle United versus Luton Town. Luton Town put up 4 last week or midweek against Brighton, which was just fucking crazy, right? What was the final score? 4-0.
4-0.
Yeah. So for all of us that remember this or don't, 4-0 Adebayo with a hat trick. Elijah Adebayo. I don't know if you even know who that is.
2
and
players scored in the first
Chidozie
minute.
Ogbene.
Yeah.
2 goals in the first 3 minutes against Brighton. Now, I think Brighton are on a run of like 38 games giving up a goal, which is crazy because Brighton, I feel like they used to be able to lock it down.
No, because Wolves played them the previous week, and it was a 0-0 draw.
Was it?
And that was at home. Brighton always scores at home.
Oh, yeah. So that must have been, and West Ham as well. I thought they were on this run.
I'll just go ahead and chime in here on Luton Town. They are a very surprising team. I thought with the unfortunate heart issue with Goodyear that they would see a dip. They obviously destroyed Brighton. But that's at home. In Luton Town, they do very, very well at home. But unfortunately, they're just an awful road team. Who are they playing? Who we say they're playing? They are playing. They are playing Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is getting healthy, and I see a late goal by Luton Town, but I think it's I think 2-1 Crystal Palace.
What are you talking about? Crystal Palace and Luton.
You think Crystal Palace are going to win 2-1?
Isn't that who they're playing?
In Crystal Palace,
am I mistaken?
In the
Newcastle Luton. It's on the bottom of the
Newcastle
screen right
Luton.
now.
I'm sorry. Where the fuck was I?
You started talking about Brighton.
Bless you, Mark.
Well, their last match was Brighton.
I know. And then you're like, who are they playing? Crystal Palace. That's why I think Luton will lose to Crystal Palace.
I'm sorry. I thought they were playing Crystal Palace. My bad. They're playing Newcastle. Wow, really surprised this against Aston Villa. And take it away, Lolo, because I don't know.
What do you mean take it away? That's what I've been talking about for the last 10 minutes. You're trying to recap. You're like, oh, yeah. Speaking of Newcastle.
Look, man, if you
all
need a pack
kinds
of
of scores.
cigarettes or a shiv or something, I'll help you out. But
Mark, I can't wait till those cornrows actually set. And you can take that thing off, and
The
we can
cornrows. Yeah, you know what? This literally has too much pressure on that head, right? From the braids.
It's my process. I got my process.
He's got a process. But just wait. Mark's gonna show up next week, look like Calvin Phillips. He's gonna have this like tight braids.
Oh, I thought you said he's gonna let it out. I thought you said he's gonna let it out. He's gonna have the big afro with the thick in it and everything.
It's gonna be too tight. That's why when Zuma gave that weird back pass to him, and he was like, "Wait a minute, ow, that hurt!" I turned
It's
my
gonna be
head.
like Snoop Dogg in that video on the bike, going to get his hair braided with the hair out.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
I want
man.
chaos. So the only way we're gonna have chaos is if Luton wins. All right. Luton goes on the road, gets the rare win. Madness.
Yeah.
Just
Mark.
oh, look at that! Look at that tight.
Mark, you're totally right. And like what's crazy is like they look so tight.
My boy,
His-
my beautiful
His
boy.
head looks too small. Like his face has all shrunk.
No,
You see all this
his-
skin? He has
his
too much
face looks
space in
too
between
big.
everybody. Those are so tight that his facial features all condensed like smaller.
So you're saying he's like DJ Tiny Face?
Yeah, I'm saying he is exactly like DJ Tiny Face.
DJ Tiny Face.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't even
So-
know who that is, but that is perfect for who
I
he
just
is
made it
right
up.
now.
DJ Tiny Face.
This is DJ Tiny
I think
Face.
I'm gonna get like a tattoo.
Or I feel like
DJ
I feel
Tiny
like
Face.
Calvin Phillips could totally be a rescue ranger. For anyone who knows Chippendale's Rescue Rangers.
That was what it was in my head.
Chippendale Rescue Ranger. We can sing as much of that as
Yeah.
we want because Disney cares less than Taylor Swift. Okay. And I have seen the new Chippendale Rescue Rangers movie. It's fucking terrible.
Of course, Rav. You got kids. Of course, Rav.
I'm surprised you haven't seen it. It's a live action version with John Mulaney.
Live action. Live action Chippendales.
A
Live action.
Chippendale.
Yeah, they're in fucking furry suits. Yeah. No, they tried to do like Roger Rabbit with like the
I'm
They
guessing.
tried.
I'm guessing you say they tried, but they failed to do it successfully well.
The technology, they nailed it. The
Okay.
story and script and writing
very
and
polite,
performance and
yeah.
everything else,
Yeah.
not so much.
Just before we get back onto the football, I watched the film Argyle today. It's quite good.
Oh man.
How
I
was
enjoyed
it?
I enjoyed it.
seems-
It
it
was
seems
perfectly
like
fine.
Were you
Cracker.
surprised when they showed who Argyle was? No, were you surprised? That's all I'm asking. Not
I
who
just
was
covered
it?
my ears, but I'm wearing Bluetooth.
Have you seen it,
earbuds.
Gary?
It doesn't
No, I
work.
have not seen it.
All right. Well, I'm
So
relaxing.
it was an
spoiling
easy. It was a yes no question.
Well, it's not. It's not because I
Would it-
don't know what context you're asking.
Well, in the trailer they just say, and here's Argyle, and then as far as I'm concerned, they didn't show him what that is, what Argyle was.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes
yeah,
or no?
let's say yes.
All right, good. Let's move on. That's all we need. That's all we need. That's. I know it. I know you try to hold it in. That's all right. Let it go. Nobody wants to know.
Okay. It was a perfectly fine movie, and no, they did not CGI Bryce Dallas Howard's arse to look smaller. If anything, they made sure to make it look as big as possible.
Is it big? She doesn't
Yes.
seem like she would have a big
Yes.
donk.
Right.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
does.
she got a
Good for
massive
her.
dumper. She got a big dumper. Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. It certainly is good for her because
Because the rest of her is crap.
there you go.
No,
Were-
just not
were
my
you
my
just
style.
mentioning Mickey Mouse recently.
Was I?
Were you in the last couple of minutes?
No.
Oh,
You
yeah.
said Disney, but you didn't say.
The Chippendales, I believe.
Chippendale's Rescue Rangers. Why are you concerned with me talking about Mickey Mouse?
No, not at all. I just thought that.
Hi guys.
So, well, since Lolo is doing his best Mickey Mouse imitation,
I can do Goofy
I,
too.
I can't even do it. But this is a T-shirt that a buddy of mine, an old buddy of mine, designed. Here, check it out. This is his rock T-shirt.
It's a
I think
Mickey.
it's pretty cool. I ordered one today.
Oh, it's
Y'all
a
can
speed-
go
I
to
thought it was a
Kai
cigarette
Aron's or
at
La
first.
La Land website and check it out. This is pretty cool. I'll
Dope.
be sporting it next
What
week.
did I do to Bono?
What? You
Looking
threw
good
him in the
tonight.
dungeon with Mole
I was
Master?
like, I'm going to give you a compliment. Backhand to the face.
Oh, wow.
Well, all right.
Can
Can now that we've
unusually.
taken a sidetrack through this, do we have any predictions for Newcastle Luton?
Yes. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got a prediction.
I said it. Chaos. And the only way you're going to get
Okay,
chaos
Tom.
Luton.
Okay. Luton fans, you've done really well this season. If like you've surpassed expectations of everyone, in my opinion. Currently, that can change. But to anyone who thinks they're going to get a nice win at Newcastle tomorrow, or get any sort of positive result, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Because you are going to get smashed to pieces.
That's what they said when. That's what they said when City came to visit them, and that's what they said
I
when
don't
Arsenal
care what
came to
happens
visit them.
to visit. There'll be hats everywhere. The airport will be destroyed or whatever. You'll be Newcastle going to fuck them up. 1-0. Done.
After all that for 1-0.
Nah, it'd be 3-1. It'd be 3-1 or something like that. It'd be 3-1. It'd be 3-1. I love you too, Bono. Sorry, I'm just excited, man, because we're second spot.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah.
Enjoy that.
Get
Enjoy
very
that.
excited. No, I'm taking Newcastle 2-0. No, Newcastle 1-0. Gonna be boring, bore fest. Newcastle's gonna find a way to score. Luton Town's gonna have a ton of chances. Not gonna happen. Sorry, Luton Town, you're better at home. Next up, Chelsea Wolves. What do we think about that, fellas? We've got Wolves. Are they going to be able to play 90 minutes?
I think Wolves are perfectly capable of getting a positive result in this one. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they get a draw. I certainly wouldn't be as surprised if they won it as I may have been 2 or 3 years ago. The disparity between Chelsea and Wolves is a lot smaller in football, Billy, than it used to be.
Yeah, I would love to see the Wolves use the Man United game as a lesson. Unfortunately, I think having He-Chan out with the Asian Cup is going to be really important. Can we keep pace with Chelsea? Absolutely. We kept pace after the first half with Man United, and I think we can do a little bit better. But I hate to say it, man, but outside of being kind of beat up by Liverpool, Chelsea's playing pretty good.
They had 3 wins in a row, as we're seeing.
It's at the Bridge, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of hope here. I'm gonna go with almost the same result that we had with Man United, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be 3-2. I think it will be drawn, and then there'll be a late goal to win it. Which direction? I don't know, but probably Chelsea.
Late goal.
I think Chelsea's going to get this in a late goal. I think it's going to be 3-2. 3-2 Chelsea.
All right, fellas.
I was just looking at things to see how Wolves did after that terrible loss to United the first time. Came out the next game and lost 4-1 at home. So, but they have beaten Chelsea this year. So that is a good sign. So they're kind of playing with house money. They're nothing to lose. Like I said, I'm going with chaos this weekend. Only chaos is if Chelsea goes out and gets the loss at the Bridge. So why not? You guys talking 2-1. I'm thinking 1-2 the other way. Wolves. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I feel like Manchester United are actually in a better place than Chelsea, which is crazy to say, but both teams are off it right now. And I feel like if Chelsea were in the match against Wolves in the 89th, 90th minute, the way that Man United were, Man United found a way to come back and win, even though they got pegged back. Chelsea don't do that right now. Chelsea could go up and end up winning 3-0 if everything is going well. But if they're in an actual fight, which is what Wolves do this season, in order to beat Wolves, you're going to have to be in a fight. And Wolves have beaten City and Wolves have beaten Tottenham. Who else? You've beaten other... You already beat Chelsea, didn't you?
Yep, they beat Chelsea at home.
We
Yeah.
beat Chelsea. We beat
Chelsea.
Tottenham. We beat City. We drew Newcastle. We drew.
And those were like, let's
Villa.
get in a fight. Let's get in a fight.
You
None of
know?
those
No,
were.
I mean, you're gonna
Wolves
get a
destroying
good
people.
game. I mean,
And I'm
you
just
know,
saying,
last year,
Chelsea don't have the fight to deal with that
Sure.
right now. They're either
Yeah,
going to beat you
absolutely.
3-0 and do it in the first half, or it's going to be a grind. And I'm picking Wolves 3-2.
Right. I think last year, you know, Chelsea Wolves was not a good watch. I don't think any match that Wolves were in last year was a good watch, but I think they're proving to be a good watch this year. They've already, you know, here we are just beyond the halfway point, and Wolves have scored more goals than they did the entire season last year, and that alone makes them a better watch. You know, I just kind of wonder. It's like, is like Man United our ceiling? You know, because it's like, you know, oh, you looked at that, you know, and you were like, oh yeah, if we beat United, we're gonna be this spot on the table, and we're only gonna be a couple of more back. But you know, we didn't quite achieve that. So I'm kind of curious. You know, is that our ceiling?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely could be.
But as has been said, you have had some really good games against quality opponents. So
Yeah,
Chelsea isn't you know, as good as some of the teams you've competed against. So, you know, that game was in your grasp, and you know, you let it go. I think you're better suited to respond than you were after that first game of the season.
Yeah,
So-
we'll see.
so,
for sure.
uh,
I mean, I thought we were going to take it to Man United, especially since we were at home, but that didn't happen. This is Chelsea at the Bridge without our, you know, our top goal scorer. But Neto's healthy, and who knows? You know, he could score a hat trick.
And he was a beast. He was a beast.
He was a beast against United.
He was finding his legs the first half, but the second half he really he picked up the team by the scruff. He mother wolfed it, to be honest.
Yeah.
He picked up the team by the scruff of their neck. And that goal of his was just like one of these when I'm playing FIFA and I'm playing as my own player and I'm trying to do things, and there's some games where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna fucking do this, and like I take the ball and I gotta.
No, think about it.
I gotta say,
this will break that meme that you put up earlier. Because if Wolves were to get the win, guess what happens to Chelsea?
11.
Guess who's in 11th?
I know.
So-
I know.
So
and
that
it was
meme you put up.
crazy, you know, Lolo. Just a comment on the goal that Neto scored. It was like he just was like, defender, okay, no, not yet. Defender, no, not yet. He got through, like he just like on a perpendicular line, or a parallel line, looked at all the defenders and just waited, and bam, it was so cool.
Yeah, that's what Neto does, man. And then he smashed it like that. There was so much pace on such a low, solid shot. And that's why, you know, I can't wait for him to be wearing red for heart disease because it's National Wear Red Day.
Not so gonna happen.
I can't wait.
So like if that's the case, who's Like, you think he's just going to
You can
sit
have
on the
Nketiah.
bench?
You can have Nketiah. Don't worry about it.
He's gonna sit on the bench for Martinelli or Saka. He
No,
plays on the Saka side.
No,
You know, and Saka
good for
never
him.
gets a day off. You know, so
Good for him.
You're gonna just
Away.
gonna be
No,
a
no.
Calvin Phillips for Arsenal.
Not a chance,
Hey.
man. It's gonna be a Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, Pedro Neto, little triangle in the middle right there, my friend. Pedro Neto's gonna have free range with Odegaard,
no, I don't see
playing
that.
multiple positions. Yeah.
No,
Neto is best when he's not out on the wings.
You're not using Neto to his best capabilities if you're going to do that. He
want him on the wing.
He has to be on the far wing. So either he replaces Saka or he replaces Martinelli, and I don't see that happening.
No,
you know,
he needs to be a false 9 or a number 10.
No, he's not going to be a false 9. And he's not a striker.
That's what he was doing when he had to win you guys the game. In the second half, he was all over the center of the pitch.
No, he wasn't. He was on the wing.
Yes, he was. No, he would bring the ball out to the wing. But no, like, he was running inside, creating all that chaos.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to kill it right
because
here.
he had to.
Neto to Arsenal is never going to happen. What's our next match?
He just nixed it.
As Mr. Tom would say, right.
Oh.
All right. Next up, we have Arsenal versus Liverpool.
Is that something I'll say?
What?
I'll say a lot of things, so you could be right.
Arsenal Liverpool. This
has
the potential of being a 0-0 draw. A nil draw. No. Two teams just feeling each other out.
This could be the new Chelsea Liverpool. The new
Nope.
Oh, it should be great. Should be tons of goals, and then it ends up 0-0.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I think both teams are not going to want to drop points, but we're also going to want to assert our dominance. So there's going to be moments where goals can happen, but unfortunately, I really feel a draw here.
They've scored against you in every one of the last 16 games or something.
Yep.
And I think I might be more wishful thinking of like, yo, a draw is cool. A draw is cool.
You know what? No. We need to get a win.
I know we need a win.
You get a win. We're at home. We don't lose at home. We have something. We can't. No. We lost once at home this season. Can't be doing two. That should be one of the driving forces. The second one is, look, this is a 6-pointer right here. These are, I talk about it all the time. Said it last time I was on a show. This is one of those big tests. Arteta, this is a big test, right? Who cares who's missing? Who cares who's out? You have a team that can have on a day, get out there and compete. This is one of those big tests. This is what this is why you came to Arsenal. If not for this game, then what? If not for this game, then what? This is the game. This is when you make your case for why you should be here. All right, because I'm kind of I'm scared on one end because it could go ugly. We've seen it ugly, right? Liverpool, Arsenal has been ugly in our Arteta era to some degree. It's got ugly sometimes. This one needs to be in our favor. So I think we need to go out there. We haven't been playing. I still don't think our performances have been where they need to be. They are missing, they're missing 2 players, right? Salah's out. Is it Endo? Is that Endo?
Endo, yeah.
They're missing him, so they're down 2 starters. That should mean something. So that should mean something. But
yeah, but look,
they have quality.
Gary, they benched Trent Alexander-Arnold, and the guy they benched him for got a goal and an assist the last game.
Yeah. We have young players as well that have shown they can do that. It's time to wake up. Saka usually comes and plays in the big games, right? We need that Saka, right? Some people said he looked a little better in the last game. He didn't look tired. Well, hopefully that is a stepping stone to him getting back into some type of form, hopefully. and then we go from there. So yeah, no, things have to happen for me, for us to get the win, but we've shown we can do it. Haven't seen it much this season. So this is like I said, big test for Arteta and Arsenal. They need to come out. They need to pass the test. They need to pass the test because you're not gonna catch Liverpool when you're 8 back and then have to jump over City to get there, right? Yep. So City at the at the Etihad, that's just going to be kind of tough. So this is one of those games that will help you gain some confidence, is what we need as well. So there you go. Plus going into, I guess in a couple of weeks or so we'll be back in the Champions League. We need to be stepping closer and closer to where we feel like we can compete in the Champions League games that we're playing, right? We can't be going out in the European Cups like we have in the past. Like teams will have to beat us as opposed to us kind of seem like we lay down. So yeah, this is, like I said, this is the time to show what we got, what we've learned, right? So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it could get ugly, but I think we do have the talent to be able to compete with them, right? We do have it. Have we seen it? No, it hasn't been consistent at all. So, but we need to find, like Arteta needs to. He's got 5 subs. If you can't find a perfect 11, then you gotta look to your bench and find somebody else to do the job on the day, right? So they've done it. So that's what we're gonna need to do.
Yeah. Mark, Tom,
I don't know how to say this, but I think I'll just be very, very blunt about it. The Jurgen Klopp farewell tour has begun, and his team has gotten a little bit more healthy, and they are going to become this season's Invincibles. I know it's at Arsenal's playing at home, but no, Trent Alexander, Virgil van Dijk is playing some pre-Pickford injury defense. Trent is back healthy again. They've got new blood that is showing themselves proving to be like great replacements for the future. Liverpool is going to win this one, and I would not be surprised if they keep a clean sheet. I'm going to go 2-0, at least 2-0. The minimum.
Ooh, Liverpool?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see the show is probably at the ending point, so I'll end it. Sorry, Ted was mounting Finger the Duck, but it didn't go too well for him. Anyway, in case you wonder what noise was. Anyway, sorry, you shake your head, Gary. You ain't got to deal with this shit on a daily basis. Anyway, it's gonna be 7-7.
I like it.
My
Good
grandmother used to have that drink.
7-7. That's what I'm having.
She loves 7-7s.
Yeah, those are good drinks.
It's a good drink.
Yeah. Oh my.
All right,
I don't
Tom.
think I want 7-7 unless no. Either way, it sucks. I don't want 7-7.
You would love it if it finished 7-7.
No, I would not love.
You'd be exhilarated.
That game would be amazing.
Have a heart attack.
There were 14 goals. Holy shit!
Amazing.
You'd be thrilled. Do you know how many Arsenal shows or how many like YouTube shows you'd go on for like the next week to talk about that 7-7?
But we didn't win.
You'd book time off work.
All we did is keep 5 points back from Liverpool. That's not what we need. We need.
I don't care about the title race. I just want to see chaos and goals.
See, yeah, I did call it chaos weekend, didn't I?
Chaos and goals, and Lolo doing what Lolo does. With
what does Lolo do?
Come with it, and Mark in his do-rag. I want to see little Mark in his do-rag, right?
Little Mark in his do-rag
behind it. Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me, Tom. It's pronounced Lil Mark.
Yeah, you got it right.
Little Mark
all
is
this
demeaning.
pronunciation stuff. Nah, stop it.
It's Lil. Lil Mark and his do-rag.
What's the odds in a 7-7,
You
Mr.
can't-
Tom?
You can't demean anyone in a do-rag. Anyway, tried. Anyway, you know what, Gary? For you, Gary, I'm gonna check that out.
They
for you
won't.
as
That's
They
right,
well.
for
won't
John
have
as
it.
well.
They won't.
John-
They won't
John was
have that as
asking.
an option. They
They'll
won't
have
have
it.
that as an option. Yeah.
I'm certain they'll have it. Let's have a look.
Let me just say, the last 2 times Arsenal have played Liverpool in the league, Arsenal have dominated the first half. Absolutely dominated. Last season, I think we were up 2-0 in the first half. I know we were up 2-0 at some point. And then we let them crawl back in and they got a draw. Arsenal scored in the first 6 minutes of the last match that they were in, and then let Liverpool back in the match.
Got an answer.
So my only hope is that Arsenal have grown and become more mature and know that after we get a goal, we need to reset like the game has just begun and it's 0-0. And let's play this game like if we give up a goal, we fucking lose.
You are
Because that is the mentality that they need to have of we give up a goal, we fucking lose. As opposed to we're good. Oh, we give up a goal. Now what are we gonna do?
True. No, it's
Gary,
funny you
you're
say that.
pointing at me,
It's-
you
yeah,
think
it's
I'm
funny.
right?
No, it's funny you say that because I was thinking to myself, we're having a good day. We score early or whatever. It's still 0-0. Sorry, guys. You haven't done anything
Reset.
yet. You haven't done
Reset
anything
back
yet.
to 0.
You have
back
to
to
fight
0.
to get
Let's
that goal
go.
again. Let's do it again. And then that's what. Guess what? Say you do score the second one. I don't care. It's still 0-0. You're tired. Conserve it.
0-0.
But they're not going to score on you, kind of thing. So yeah, it's got to be a mindset. We got to go in this game mentally strong, which once again is another thing that I'm still waiting to see it. But it's 0-0 until the whistle's blown, no matter how many times we score.
Absolutely. That's what I feel. All right, guys. Well, it has been a lot of fun hanging out with everybody. We are over time here. It is past the hour mark. If anybody would like to join us backstage, you're more than welcome to join us backstage. I'm not sure. I can't guarantee we're going to be on very long backstage, but if you want to join in, there's the link. I just put it in the comments section below.
Depends on
And
all
maybe
y'all.
tell you the Nick Jackson story, but
you can't bet 7-7 on this app that I have. 5-5 is the best you can get, and you get
5-5 will get you
plus
200 to 1.
Yeah, plus 25,000 or whatever that points. Whatever.
They should give you 5-5
But-
plus. Like if it's a draw, anything over that.
But if I investigate the apps, there probably will be an option that says any other score, which will basically be any score that's not already listed. And that's usually big odds. So that would cover 7-7.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it. All right, guys. Mr. Tom, Gary, when's your next show?
We will be on tomorrow, folks. Check us out, 10 o'clock, 3 p.m. for you guys in the UK. The road trip will be taking off. I don't even know. Is there games on around that time? Probably.
7:30 a.m.
So
there's always football going on somewhere.
So yeah, so we'll be chatting. So check us out. We talk some football, and then we talk some other stuff as well. Check us out.
Okay. All right.
And then Monday we'll be back on for the Arsenal. The trip will be on. So check us out there. Yes.
All right, guys. Well, great seeing y'all. Thank you guys for joining us on another awesome happy hour. And don't forget the transfer window is closed. Yo, Mark, I'll be right out. He can't hear me. The window's closed. The window's closed. The window's closed. Window is closed, who did we get? Nobody knows, I tried to forget. Did we get that guy? Did we get the other? He spotted in London, a tweet from his mother would link with a guy out of our league, about to sign, just what we need. Old lady calls, Stu got no balls, our team is the laws, cue all the trolls. You know you need somebody, anyone will do, but your club is
the same, linked with the name, but it ain't true. Who gets the blame? Mad at your club, mad at the news, mad at the social, all about views. Got me to click, reading some shit, wasting my time, I do with this shit. I got no say, so what the hey? Took my shit off to the end of the day.
You know you need some